What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW. And today, today we actually had a gapper in small cap land. SES was up 95% at one point in pre-market. I traded it right basically a little bit after the bell and didn't do too bad. Check it out. Alright guys, so let's jump right on into this. Do me one quick favor, you know what it is, smash the like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And we're going to jump into this SES trade. I traded SES twice. One was an actual trade, I have it recorded with my money. And then the second one was a paper trade, just on paper. I traded it here, made money in here, okay? Then I paper traded it in here. I'm still in my paper trade. My entry was 338. I took some off at 353. And I'm holding on to the rest with the stop at just under VWAP, looking for a test of high of day. So that's my paper trade that I actually have going on right now as I record this. You don't see anything on my screen because, well, this is E-Trade and it's not a paper account. So I did trade it in here, and we're going to go over that, and I have that live trade. But let me explain to you first why I actually paper traded it here on the second trade. Well, I want to protect my profits from over here. Small caps have been one and done lately, like tremendously. But I said, you know what? This looks like a good setup. It looks like one of my setups. Let me paper trade it, continue to build that confidence. So that's why I started paper trading it here. I already took some profit, holding on to the rest, looking to see if we grind it up here to at least 380. I'd like to get off some there. I'd put an order out. Like if we get over 370, I'll put out an order. Normally, I'd put out an order at 380 on the ask and look for that fill. So that's what I'm going to do here on this paper trade. But we're going to go ahead and continue on with this video. Let me grab that live trade here for you so we can get that ready. Excuse me. Now, this morning, how did I find SES? Well, very easy. Came over here to my gap scan. It was the leading gapper. It was up at 1.95%. Haven't seen that in about a month or more on small caps on my gap scan. So I was really stoked when I saw that. It was low float. It had a PR, something about them acquiring another company, okay? Good price point. And then 7% of the shares were actually shorts. So we had the catalyst, we had shorts in there that might be trapped. We had the low float, good price point. So I was like, well, damn, this has basically everything I like. It's going to be my number one watch, right? So I went ahead and put up my gap scan to the side. Gap scanner, this is how I find all my stocks to trade in the morning. Link in the description section below for a discount at Trade Ideas so you can get those scans yourself as well. Now, I was watching it out of the open. As soon as the bell rang, we pulled it in and we started to hold above this $3 area, okay? This $3 area was, let me get my chart, an area of resistance here, here, and here until we broke up above it in pre-market. So when it pulled it in and held that area, I was like, okay, this might be a good area to get long in front of. So I took a starter, and when I saw that it was going to show strength, I added to my position. I didn't add to a full size position. Okay, a full size position for me here would have been about 1,000 shares. I didn't do that. I only added to 500 shares, and I creeped into it. I started with 100 shares, I think it was, or 200 shares. And then I added a full 300 to give me the 500 shares. And I said, okay, now we're going to hold this and see what happens. And I do have the recording here for you. Let me get it. Okay, here we go. So I'm in this already at 200 shares, cost basis of 317. I like how we're holding above this $3 area. That would be my stop. And I want to see us break above and hold VWAP. Okay, that's my plan. That's what I want to see. This trade did not take 45 minutes long. Well, you can't even see that on here anyways. I just mistakenly left this recording. So let's fast forward a little bit because the trade, did take a little while to develop. Here we test that $3 area again. We bounce off of it. And now we start to break above VWAP. See there, we'll break above VWAP? Okay. So there, watch, let me rewind. Okay, so the volume isn't huge, as you can tell. Kind of lightish volume on this consolidation here sideways. But I like how we're holding this 320 area. Like we're not breaking under it. at all. And it's VWAP. And now I see the volume starting to increase a little bit. So I'm like, you know what? I think it's time to add to this position because we have shorts trapped in here that thought we were just going to fade it. There we go. I add to 500. Volume is increasing. I'm like, this is a real good spot to add. I'm going to look to take some profit off as we try to go attack this 350 area and hold the rest to see if we get a squeeze up to $4. That was my plan. Nice volume increase. We're holding VWAP. Look at that. We're holding VWAP. I still have my 500 shares. I have an order ready to go to put out on the ask to sell 300. Now, why would I sell the majority? I usually don't do that. Why would I sell the majority of my shares here? Well, because lately we've been seeing pop, instant rejection drop. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sell the majority of my shares here and just book that profit. Even if though I have potential for bigger profit by just selling 100 or 200 shares and holding on to the bulk, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play it extra safe because of what we've been seeing lately, well, over the last month or two in small caps. So I take off 300 shares here. Any second now, I'll put out an order. We still have 500 shares. I cancel my hard stop. I get ready to start to take some profit. Here we go. We're starting to get that little pop. I sell 300 right there at 340. Okay. So now I have 200 shares left. Now my stop on these 200 is this VWAP. We start to get that push. I put out another order to sell 100, just 100 shares. I sell those. Boom. They're gone, as you can see. Right. There we go. 200 shares. I put out an order now here any second to just sell 100 of these. There they go. They're gone. 100 sold on that push. I get those filled at $3.79. And then what I do now is very simple. I put these last 100 shares at a stop of 340. My cost basis is 328 on them. So now I put my shares at a stop of 340 hard stop, and I say to myself, we're gonna let this work itself out. Now what I want to see is this 90 EMA creep up here to VWAP, then cross over, increase volume, and push this thing to this 200 day. Let me get you the daily. This red line up here is $4, is the 200 day moving average, which is at 404 at the time. Okay, 200 moving day average is at 404. So I'm looking to take that last 100 shares up there. Not bad. You know, that'll put me up almost. Well, I'm up $122, $123 on the day. So that would have put me up close to $200 on the day. So now we're going to fast forward it because now it takes a while. As you see, we start to hold this 350 area, resistance here and here. We start holding as support. I'm like, okay, this is great. Let's get this consolidation going. Lighter volume. Let's get this 90 EMA to get up over here to VWAP and cross. And maybe we can get the next leg. You know, the next leg extension on this. We pull it in. Very nice decreased volume. Very slow, you know, methodical pullback. I'm like, all right, I like this. This is good. This is really good. I'm not looking to add to my position. If we were in a strong market, believe me, setting up, it's resetting itself. I could look to add back to this position here. Maybe not full size, maybe not even the same size I had before, but I could look to add another 100 shares. Give me 200 shares there. My cost basis isn't going to be anything out of this world, maybe 330 something. So that's not bad, right? Because we're holding above 350, this 340 area, and we have a shot at $4. That's another 50 cents on another 200 shares. That's not rocket science, but we're in a slow market. I'm not looking to get risky. I'm already like pretty happy I added in this area on this VWAP hold. I'm not looking to, you know, get any riskier. So we're holding that 350 area. The 90 EMA's creeped up there to the VWAP area. I'm like, okay, this is perfect. Now what we want to see, 370 was holding it down. We want to see a break above 370 on good volume, and maybe that'll send this stock over to $4. But look what happens. We creep it up to 370 here pretty soon. Check it out. 370 was resistance here, just underneath here. And now it's 370 resistance here as well. So now we want to see a break above 370, get these shorts to cover. Look, there we go, 376, and boom, instant rejection. Back down to 360s. My hard stop is out there at 340. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna get out of this prematurely. I'm gonna let it do its thing. My hard stop is out there at 340, and boom, it gets triggered there. And then watch what happens. Fail. What's it called? The bail before the fail. I bailed out here with my hard stop because I figured if we broke underneath 340, we'd get this action, and we did. Then we kind of started to creep it up back up here again, and that's when I started to paper trade it. And look, I would have been stopped out of my paper trade already here, but I would have been profitable all the way around on all these trades. So not bad, not a bad day. Let me show you my orders here just so you see them. 317 initial buy, add 327, take some profit off at 340, take some profit off at 379, and flat at 342. Okay, so that was it. That was my trade today. I'm really happy with it. Small caps are showing a little bit of life, nothing out of this world. So it's still one of those things where we want to be fast to take profit, hold on to smaller pieces versus holding on to bigger pieces, looking for those bigger moves. At least that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my entries, put out my sell targets, get out of most of my my position on the first move, and hold on to a very small position, very small amount of shares, looking for any extensions. That way, if we get one of these huge runners, I'm still in it, and we can go from there. Let me know how you did. I hope your week is going well. Remember to drop comments in the comment section below. Let me know there where you traded. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.